Thank you for tuning in to Bright Books Club, where we're all about inspiring brighter futures for tomorrow. Of course, we've been celebrating National Black Small Business Month all month long, of course, lifting up all those who have small businesses or large businesses, any kind of business. We want to lift you up. Of course, we've been talking to different folks all month long. It's been a blessing, of course, and it's no different tonight. And especially because we have Elizabeth Wilcox, who is the CEO of Jack and Joy Media. I'm bringing some heavy hitters, of course. I'm excited about that because she is actually a e-learning developer. She's a technical writer, and she just has so many great things going on that I had to help share her story. And so here we are. And of course, before we jump into the interview, I'm encouraging you to share this broadcast on all social media outlets. Of course, we want to share the message and making sure that people are connecting with businesses that can help elevate them. I'm excited. And without further ado, I want to actually welcome Elizabeth Wilcox into the interview.
Hi, Portia.
Hello,
Can you hear
hello.
me? Can you hear
Yes, I
me?
can hear you. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
No doubt. I love your hair, by the way. I always have to comment women on their hair. It's just so
Oh, thank
elegant. I love
you.
it for sure.
Thank you
Yes,
so much.
for sure. Okay, so we have Jack and Joy Media here. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you at in the world?
I live in Atlanta, Georgia,
Okay.
and I'm originally from Augusta, Georgia, which is like 2 hours outside of Atlanta.
Oh, nice. Have you always been there or have you been traveling around a little bit?
Well, growing up, I actually started off as a military brat. My dad was in the Marines, and
Mhm.
we've been stationed from North Carolina to Texas. And when he finished his career, we were in Santa Ana, California. So when he retired, then we returned to Augusta, Georgia, where both of my parents grew up.
Oh wow. It always feels good for some reason, no matter where you are in the world, to be able to travel back home and just, live with the people who
Mhm.
help enrich you and, support you and help you, chase your dreams. Okay, so National Black Business Month, of course. You have your business. What made you actually
Mhm.
start your business? And tell us a little bit about Jack and Joy Media.
Well, sure, thank you. So I've always enjoyed writing. I went to a performing arts magnet school, Davidson Fine Arts, growing up,
Okay.
and that was one of my passions. I never quite had the courage to actually start a business based on it. So, so I can admit that it took years. I only started within the last 2 years, and it's still very much a work in progress. But I did it because I wanted to finally push myself to get into that space um, where I mean my name is out there as a writer, and I want to, even starting small, I want to continue little by little with that journey. So I wrote a children's book, but then I also did a motivational journal. So I hope to
Mm.
have more product offerings to come.
Well, you sound like you are already on the road to doing so. Now, tell me, a lot of us, we start small businesses without having like a how do you do this kind of manual is, usually trial and error. So tell us, what advice would you give anyone out there who's, considering starting a small business? Because you actually not only dreamed about it, you actually took the leap to develop that dream into an actual
Mhm.
tangible product.
Yeah, I would say do it even if it's not perfect. And that's the thing that held me up for so long, is that even when I did my children's book, Hello New Friend, um, I kept saying to myself, I don't know, I don't think people will like it. I'm not sure about the graphics. I'm not sure about the whole thing. And it's just at a certain point, it's no, go ahead and do it. Even if it's not perfect, even if you're not sure, still do it. That's my
Yeah.
advice. Just do it.
Awesome. Now, speaking of your book, let's hop over and talk about that. Show us that beautiful cover again.
Oh, thank you.
I love that. Tell us a little bit about your inspiration behind that.
Well, I mean, as a writer, of course, I love language. I've been studying Spanish since the sixth grade. Um, and I've always wanted to learn more languages. So I developed a children's book that teaches children how to say hello in different languages, but also to make them more culturally aware and to embrace diversity.
Which is such
Mhm.
an important topic today.
Yeah.
Diversity, diversity, diversity. We have to learn how to love people no matter what color they are, what they look like, what
Hmm.
they talk like. Just enjoy people being different and, getting to know each other. And that's one thing that I enjoy about, hosting these conversations with people all over the world is because you get opportunity to
Hmm.
learn new things from different people. You're also an
Right.
e-learning developer. Oh my God, I've never
Yeah.
met an American woman who is a e-learning developer. That's what I'm saying. You just never know with talking to people
Mhm.
what they create in the world. And tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So I got my master's in information design and communications from Southern Polytechnic State University. And it's all about adult learning, and it's all about the using learning theory to enhance learning through electronic means. So, using different sources, you can create online courses that are not just captivating, but will leave a lasting impression with the end users. I've done that for several IT companies. I really would, of course, one day like to venture on my own and do it for myself. But
Oh no.
I love it because not only are you learning, but there's a real creative side to it as well. And that's my part of an outlet for me is that creative process, which is of course why I like writing as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you really have to have a joy for writing because I mean, it can be time consuming. You're battling with your
Yeah.
thoughts, like you're battling with putting it on paper or just keeping it on
Hmm.
a note in your phone. But you actually
Yeah.
took the courage to go ahead and do that. Now, you have 10 different languages in the book, right?
Hmm.
But we know there are so many different languages. Well, I'm pretty sure there are over 100 languages. Definitely. I have to Google
Yeah.
that one day, for sure. Why did you choose the 10 that you chose?
Well, writing the book, you're right. I mean, it can be time consuming because I wanted a book that rhymed so that it helped with pronunciation. So instead of just
Mm.
saying, you walk up to somebody and say hello and they say bonjour, someone who's never spoken French or doesn't know any French won't exactly know the pronunciation. So I had
Yeah.
to think, okay, what rhymes with bonjour? And so that made it quite a task to make everything rhyme, but to to make it fun and memorable. So when you hear frog, you'll remember Guten Tag. And
Mm.
yeah, and
I
it's
love that.
definitely you want to make it more digestible for children and adults, really.
Wow. Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to, read that and feel like they can relate. I mean, I'm definitely going to be picking it up and learning about how to speak French myself because I'm dreaming of going to Paris one day or, all those other Italian places that I can only dream of going. I hope my husband is actually listening to this for sure. Because I'm hoping I'm hoping to actually do that one day and
Uh-huh.
having an opportunity to write. There's so many different avenues that you can escape into, and so I'm keeping an open mind for
Exactly.
sure. What's next for you,
Yeah.
Jack and Joy Media?
Well, I have several other books that are coming down the pipeline that continue to teach children and expose them to foreign language study. And then I also, of course, have other motivational journals, and one of them, particularly for children, that will be coming out shortly.
I love that. Now
Mhm.
with media, what are you planning to do with media? You're hoping to take your business into that avenue?
Well, with the media portion, I really like video production. I really like the e-learning development. I really love, design and graphics, things like that. So I'm really hoping in the future to venture into some of that as part of my business.
Awesome. Now, Elizabeth, of
Mhm.
course, we do what we do because we want to inspire the minds of young people. We're hoping that they pick up our literature. They're hoping that they'll come and check out our pages for inspiration. What's one thing
Mhm.
that you want you to know when they pick up your book?
I want them to realize when they read "Hello, New Friend" that learning new languages opens up so many doors that otherwise may not be open because of a communication barrier. I want people
Mm,
to know that just learning a new language is the first step to cultural awareness. The first step to creating connections with people, and it's not as difficult as you think it is. I mean, yes, there are some languages that are hard. I tried learning French. It's hard, but
yeah, yeah.
but some of us gravitate to some foreign language study versus others. But in order to gain a real world understanding about other cultures and to not just appreciate our differences, but to understand our similarities as well. Foreign
Mhm.
language studies definitely open the door for that type of communication.
You got a point about that. I mean, you're never too old to learn how to communicate, because everybody grew up in
Mhm.
different places and speak differently and
Absolutely.
relate differently. So I think this is a
Yes.
wonderful idea that you have here, and I'm hoping to see, it branch off and manifest into other beautiful things. Of course, where can people
Thank
actually go
you.
and find you?
These books right now are exclusively on Amazon.
Awesome. Now, of
Mhm.
course, you have social media too, right?
I do. You can find me on Instagram, Jack and Joy Media, and on Facebook at the same handle, Jack and Joy Media.
That is awesome, Elizabeth. Um, okay, what is a good thing that you want parents to realize too? Because oftentimes people have, barriers when they're parents, and let's say their children maybe came over with another family member, and they're still in another
Mhm.
country. What do you want parents to know?
Well, I want parents to, I mean, not just with my book, but in general, reading together as a family, reading together with your child. I mean, that creates bonding, even if there is somewhat of a barrier in terms of language or culture. Reading together and learning together, that will help bridge so much within families and strengthen relationships, as well as expanding your levels of cultural knowledge and vocabulary. So
Oh
I think
yeah.
that's a wonderful thing for parents to do with their children to also learn. I mean, because of course, with learning any type of foreign language, you do have to practice. Because I can tell you
Mm,
from experience, if you don't use it, you tend to lose it. But my husband and I love to travel. So even though I don't have anyone in my family that speaks Spanish, when we do travel places where Spanish is mostly spoken, I do get in some of that practice that I've been missing. But it's
yeah.
a beautiful thing to learn together as a family.
You got a point about that. God knows Rosetta Stone, or should we be saying Elizabeth Wilcox Stone? Okay, it's gonna go down. I love that, Elizabeth. Now, one thing that I
Thank
love
you.
about the cover of your book is you feature a black man looking down at
Correct.
what appears to be his son. Why did you
Correct.
choose to emulate that image on your cover?
Mhm. Actually, that's because of my husband's input and influence into my writing. He's been really instrumental with giving, I asked him for his feedback. Um, and that was one thing that, I mean, since I've known him, he's always stated when it comes to, uh, motivational books, um, other products, you normally see girls featured. You typically do
Mm.
not see boys featured. And so I really took that to heart and I made the story surrounded by a man and his son going to the park, meeting new people, learning these different new words in foreign languages. And I wanted to give that positive image of Black father, Black son, and that awesome relationship that they have. So, yes, I completely uh, take my husband's advice on that, and I appreciate that perspective.
I love that. Now, of course, we have a few more moments. Would you
Sure,
mind reading a couple pages from your book?
sure, absolutely.
Awesome. All right, here we go, great people. Elizabeth Wilcox. Make sure you go and support her. Of course, her information is on the bottom of the screen. It's on you, Elizabeth.
All right. It was a sunny day outside. Dad took me to the playground. When we arrived, I got excited. There were lots of kids around. I saw a kid that seemed real nice, but I wanted to be sure. I waved at her and said hello. To me, she said bonjour.
Mm.
Um, can I play too? Asked a girl. I would also like to draw. She joined us as we said hello. She happily replied, hola. See, may I swing too? Asked the girl. Is it my turn to swing now? I got off and said hello. She joyfully replied, xin chào. That's
Mm.
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese. Okay.
And maybe one more. Two kids were flying colorful kites as the wind began to blow. To them, I said hello, and they said annyeonghaseyo. That's Korean.
Mm. Oh wow. You are so phenomenal. I appreciate you just sharing your story, sharing your work. I'm looking forward to reading more, of course. Great people,
Thank
if you're
you.
listening. I'm pretty sure other people will be listening later on when they hear the playback. But I'm encouraging you go out and support Elizabeth Wilcox. She's doing phenomenal
Thank
things, and
you.
she is a black business. It's super exciting when we encounter each other, starting out are just with dreams and then just actually making it into an actual tangible product or a service or something that people need and can be feel and can feel empowered about. And so I'm
Right.
proud to know you. Of course, I'll be picking up my copy of Hello New Friends, and I'm hoping that
Thank
you will
you.
too. Great people. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you real soon. Peace.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.